Okay, so we have Paying for It, which, I mean, this is such a great film. Oh my days. People, people. It is directed by Sook-Yin Lee, who co-wrote it with Joanne Sarazen. The film is produced by Matt Code, Sonia Di Renzo, and Achilles Poulos. It's co-produced by Natalie Urquhart, line produced by Charlotte Little. Music was handled by Sook-Yin Lee and Dylan Gamble. Gail Yee was on cinematography, and Kat Lee edits the piece. All right, Sarah Kay, Jenny Lewis, and Kayleen Osborne took care of the casting. Olivia de Oliveira was on production design. Dylan Mitro was art direction. Set decoration, we have Cody Pope and Ella Weber. Cameron Lee and Erin Logan were costume design. Hayley Levy is makeup. And our cast. Okay, so Chester Brown is played by Dan Beirne. Sonny Lee is played by Emily Lee. Yelisa, aka Denise, is played by Andrea Werhun. Suzu Jones, right, Sonny's friend, is played by Noah Lamanna. Kane is played by Chris Sandiford. We've got Reed Rowland, played by Ishan Dav. Laura, played by Rebecca Applebaum. Carl is played by Stephen Thomas Kalin. Heidi, played by Sabrina Sadin. We have Callie, played by Kaitlyn Chalmers-Rizzato. Cecil, who is, I guess the third musketeer, right? Cecil is friends with Kane, Laura, and Chester. Cecil's played by L. Henry. There's Miles, played by Arian Kassam. Amanda, played by Chris Siddiqui. Julie, played by Becca Willow Moss. Kitty, played by Lea Rose Sebastianis. There is, oh yes, where have we got this person? Mandy Mullen, played by Ruby Magnitude, right? Mandy's husband, played by Rodrigo Fernandez Stoll, and her daughter, played by Willow Asbury. Who else do we have? Amanda, played by Kitoko Mai. Tina, played by Becky Johnson. Yeah, I think that's all our key players. Actually, I know we are missing. Hold on. We are missing a couple of people, so I go to our press notes and find them. Okay, so we got Anne, played by Hannia Cheng. Angelia, played by Jamie Whitecrow. Wendy, played by Lisa Smolkin. Jolene, played by Dusty Lee. Patience, played by Tanya Cheex. Celine, played by Dainty Smith. The other Angeline, played by Dot Starkey. So yeah, I think we are good on that front now. Okay, so what is this all about, you may ask? Well, when an introverted cartoonist girlfriend wants to redefine their relationship, he begins sleeping with sex workers and discovers a new kind of intimacy. In the process, this is an adaptation of Chester Brown's graphic novel of the same name. It is really, really just, man, it's incredible. It's an incredible piece of work. It really is. We do have a kind of a director's statement, right? In kind of double act of portraiture, Sook-Yin Lee, Chester Brown's real-life ex, adapts his graphic novel in a compassionate and unique movie. The result, a singular work of cinematic autofiction that is alive, funny, and moving. The handling of sex and intimacy is deft, narrative, and necessary. Nothing is hidden, but at the same time, never gratuitous. I think I pronounced that incorrectly, but you know what I mean, people. The humor is grounded and smart. Paying for it is an intelligent and affecting work about love, sex, and non-monogamy. For adults, the story is relevant and appeals to audiences to reconsider heteronormative lifestyles. What constitutes a meaningful connection? Is it possible to have one if you're paying for sex? Or just because you're in a monogamous relation, does it mean you love each other more? We want love, but it can seem hard to find and nurture, said Sook-Yin Lee. I leaped at the opportunity to explore these questions with our fearless cast and crew to bring Chester Brown's brilliant graphic novel to life that my mentor John Cameron Mitchell, queer icon and great filmmaker, has thrown his support behind the movie as executive producer is the cherry on top. Co-written by Lee and Joanne Sarazen, Paying for It is an adaptation of the graphic novel from a woman's perspective. Lee creates impulsive characters who are a mystery even to themselves, but is aware of this and in control of the narrative. I wanted to push perceptions around consensual sex work and allow sex worker perspectives to shine, says Lee. So yeah, there we have it. And it's, I think, just from the giddy up, right? Just like, you know, it opens up. We've got the logos of the production companies, but then the logo is done as a comic strip, right? And laid out on top of, oh my God, like pages. I was thinking, what's the word? Like panels, you know, from the comic itself, which I thought was just great. It was just this lovely little nod, right, to the original graphic novel and the fact that this is an adaptation, right? So we have that. And then we have this scene, right, just off a roof, of a house's roof, which then transforms into the actual real house roof, right? And now we're in it, right? And we've got Sonny in bed with Chester, and they've just had sex and they're talking, right? And it's that moment and Sonny's just like, I think I've fallen in love with someone else. And yeah, just hearing those words, as a viewer, it's just like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And just, I think that scene, that opening lays out what this film is. Because I think the way it's handled, like, firstly, you know what I mean, they're fully clothed. So it's not, as I said in the statement, nothing is gratuitous in here. You know what I mean? So we have this very raw, intimate moment at the outset, because it's just like, I think I'm in love with someone else. I mean, imagine hearing that. But then it's just Chester's reaction. And it's just like, oh, okay. Right? And they're having this frank, open conversation about this thing, which is really, you know what I mean, different, unique. And I think of late, it seems there's a load of shows, right, out there trying to show, you know, non-monogamous relationships and being like, you know, like, oh, yeah, you should do this and you should do that. And it's always trying to paint it as the best thing ever, but never really showing the reality. Because when you see documentaries about these things, it doesn't always go well. So this, it's not going, oh, you should do this. It's just going, this is the situation these people found themselves in, and this is how they handled it. So it's really intriguing, you know, because, yeah, as I said, we have this frank conversation that's full of love, which is an interesting thing to say, right? A conversation full of love that is about you telling someone that you might love someone else. What? But that is the unique thing about this film, that we have these situations, but you see the love, right? You see the love. You see the love between Chester and Sonny throughout, which is super crazy and weird and interesting. Because, you know, even though she has these boyfriends, you know, Miles, right? There's Miles, there's Ronnie. Oh God, there was someone else. There was another dude. Ethan? No, Carl, yes. I might have just said that twice. I forget. Anyway, right? We see her with these, and you see Chester with these other women. And so it's kind of, what's happening? What's going on? You know what I mean? But we see how they're navigating, how they're going through this, but still cohabitating, still in each other's sphere of influence, right? And it's just these performances are, I mean, the performances are friggin' fantastic, right? So, right, this is the first leading role of Emily Lee. And if anyone had said that, you know what I mean, without any, I'd have said, you're a liar. You're a liar. Because she owns the screen. Her performance is so freaking good. Right? Dan Beirne as Chester is incredible. Right? Andrea Werhun, Noah Lamana, right? Chris Sanford, Ashana Dave, Rebecca Applebaum. I mean, there are no weak links here. There are absolutely no weak links. It's these just magnetic performances where you can see the rawness of these portrayals. Like, everyone feels real. There's no caricatures. And as I said, look, you know, you have all of these programs about non-monogamy, and you always feel like, a lot of the time, I'll say a lot of the time, not all the time, a lot of the time, you feel people are lying. Right? People are they have that fake smile, and it's like, you know, everything's great, but in their eyes, they're crying. You know what I mean? But with here, with these portrayals, sorry, people, you you see the emotion. You see, like, there's this part where Anna, right? She's talking to Chester, and she's just like, ugh, the worst. Like, people, like, I hate a lot of the clients, especially the ones with the big dicks. I wish everyone was like you, Chester. And she hugs him, and you're just like, oh my days, right? But the thing is, it's not said as a hurtful thing. You know what I mean? And that whole scene, that whole sequence, you can see the empathy, the emotion there. You know what I mean? It's like Chester pays her a like he's like, oh, you know, she's talking about getting the thought about getting breast enlargement, and Chester's like, I love your breasts, and just a smile on her face, like, all of these emotions ring so true, right? Just the fact that people are able to deliver these kind of performances when they're at their most vulnerable is a testament, right, to Sook-Yin and, you know, Joanna and the rest of the production crew, right? Because, look, if someone's gonna bear everything, the environment has to be right. Otherwise, you don't get these kind of performances. You understand? You do not get these kind of performances. You know, and the other really interesting thing, they're not shying away from male nudity, right? Like, everything is there. But again, it's not filmed in a sexual way. It's not filmed in a, oh, get a load of this, people. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, yeah, there's two people having a conversation. Oh, yeah, now they're going to have sex. Right? Now they're finished. Now they're having a conversation. Right? But they're having these honest, frank conversations. You know, like, it's the point Chester's just like, I forgot what it feels like to spoon with someone. You know? And you see the smile on Yalisa's face. Right? It's just all there. It's all there. So, people, if you get a chance, you really should see this film. It is just amazing. It's just freaking amazing. Like, I love the music. I love the music that was used. And you know, when you hear a song and you're just like, I forgot about that song. Right? That was in here. We get oh my god, who was it? Crazy World by Ghetto Concept. I hadn't thought about that song in forever. I'm just like, oh my days. Oh my days. Shit. Right? And the song playing in the credits, right? Real Thing from Pointed Sticks. What a great fucking song. Right? The fact of all the music used is from Canadian groups, bands, performers from that time, which, that's great, right? You're making a piece of art around a period of time, and they really infused it with all those elements, right? With the different locations they used, all from the area, right? All from the time. It's this. It is a love letter to Chester Brown's graphic novel, right? But just framing it in this slightly different way, you know, which is just. It's just a frigging piece of art. It's a piece of art, people. Oh, and I should let's give a shout out to the artists, right? We got Eric Garcia Gomez, Arrington Dioncio, Seth Shriver, Anthony Schofield, Alicia Norta, Diane Lynn Vandermeulen, Maddie Matthews, Robin Fry, Johnny Peterson, David Chong Art, Lydia Clinic, Andrea Dorfman, Dylan Gamble, and Sook-Yin Lee. Because we see a lot of artwork, right? Obviously, Chester's an artist, so there's storyboards all over the place. There's different sketches and all this all over the place. So yeah, those people created that art. And the end credits, like the opening credits, fantastic. The end credits, because we get sketches of like the people in. You know what I mean? We see Chester, Sonny, right? Chester's friends, right? His artist group, just Sonny's boyfriend, like all these different people we see, right? The ladies that Chester pays, like everyone gets the little sketch, which is just frigging fantastic. It's just, I mean, it's great. It is just so good. It's so good, people. You need to see this film. You really do. It is, man. It's a great piece of work, right? So it is playing at TIFF, right? It is playing at TIFF, which, I mean, that's great, right? That's great to be able to showcase a huge festival, having its world premiere. Gosh, let's see. When is it playing? It's playing on Thursday, the 5th of September, as well as Saturday, the 7th. So, on the premiere is at 6:30. On Saturday, there's 2 screenings, right? So there's one at 2:30 and one at 4:45. Then on Thursday, the 12th of September at 2 p.m. Right? So, yeah, if you can't get to the premiere, there are 3 other opportunities to see it. So do that. Look, all the links will be on the website, right? So go follow. Because, as I said, you need to see this frigging film. This film is incredible. It's amazing. The cinematography, the music, the lighting, just every aspect screams made with love. Every aspect screams made with love. So go follow, and if it's playing near you, people, go see it. Go pay for it. who would imagine a film about someone that pays for sex could be so emotional and so loving? That's what this is. And I love the way the end of the film goes into the creation of the actual graphic novel. Right? This is such a circle of life. Right? Art representing art is incredible. It's amazing. If you like comic books, you'll love this. Right? If you like indie comic books, you will love this. If you like comic book adaptations, this is a comic book adaptation, people. But it's not the the type that you might be expecting. But it's an incredible piece of art. You need to go see it. I'm so thankful Cynthia Amazon hit me up with this, because this was incredible. People paying for it.